look at what people tell you. Like if somebody tell you something and it makes you fearful, it makes you whatever, makes you go makes you whatever. I mean, we have the ability to research and find answers, and so yeah, you don't have to take anybody at their word. You can look into it yourself to find out what they're saying is true or valid or whatever they're saying. If it's something that is able to be found. Yeah, and so I think it's interesting how, as awakened people, we get downloads and stuff like that, and then we find out later that it's written somewhere. That's I've had that experience, and some of y'all know what I'm talking about. Where I mean, you come to these realizations about life, about you know, living, about us, beings and spirituality, and you come across these like moments where you know and then you go with it because it comes to you the way it does, and then you find out later like, oh, okay, or this person in history said such and such, or somebody already said such and such, or it's interesting to me how that's true. So we're all connected, and I think that's an example of how um, that shows up. We have the same ideas and same realizations. Um, we have a lot of the same experiences at different times, different ways they come about, but we wind up having similar experiences, similar thoughts, similar, frames of reference about things and perspectives. And it's interesting, I think. It's like something I had considered talking about today. Um, Actually had decided yesterday I was going to talk about it. And then I was listening to something. I'm always listening to stuff, right? And this exact topic was something that somebody was talking about on this video I was watching earlier. I was like, dang, that's exactly what I was going to talk about. And so now I don't want to talk about it, but I'm gonna talk about it, just not today. I'm like, dang. So like, you ever heard somebody that sounds just like you? But like I said, we all connected, and so people to share your same frequency, the same thought frame, same. You can't be too surprised that you sound similar, or you're thinking on the same wavelength, or you know that kind of thing, because that happens all the time, because you vibing. That's what vibing is, right? And I like when I see that online, because these folks, I'm usually subscribed to and stuff. And I was like, all right, yeah, okay. So I want to be around folks that think like me. So that makes sense, right? And so that's a good thing. Um, Nothing is original, y'all, until we get to meeting these aliens that's supposed to be out here. Nothing is original. We share, I always like to think about it like the internet, all right? There are hundreds of thousands, and I don't know how many pieces of equipment with computer programs on it. The internet, like everybody on the planet is connected. But if you think about the internet as this one mainframe somewhere sitting there, that this is the source of the connection, that's us. We're those millions and millions of connections, but we're all connected to the source. And that source is whatever you want to call it: God, universe, Jesus, Allah, Buddha, um, I don't know, whoever, whatever you want to call it, that's what we connected to. And that's us. And so although so many of us, some of us are going to be vibing on the same wavelength, saying similar things, saying almost exact things. Like, you ever met someone who could finish your sentences and stuff? Like, is that creepy or is that cool, right? And so that's how it can be. And I think that's cool. I think that's a reflection of the tribe we may belong to. So if you coming across that person is, it might be even a good friend, possible soulmate, you know, um, someone you can, that's just for those folks who sometimes feel alone by themselves. I think that can be hopeful to know that, you know, there are many, many people on this planet, and there's some of them who think like you, who, believe it or not, who, share what you're thinking about, and your thoughts, and how you feel about things, and all of that. So I think that's encouraging.